Good day everyone. We are the group 2 and we are here today to discuss about the different types of society, and let's start from the very beginning, which is hunting and gathering society. Hunting and gathering society is the earliest form of human society, which people hunt animals and gathered wild plants, fruits, and nuts for food. They do not farm on their own. Instead, they find wild plants that's safe to eat. And also, they do not raise animals on their own. Instead, they hunt them. And they usually move from place to place to hunt animals and find wild plants, or this called as nomadic. They usually live in small group, tribes, made up of families. In this time of society, cooperation is very important because they share food and they help each other to hunt animals, find wild plants to survive a day. So here in the Philippines, Aita is considered as a hunting and gathering society because they hunt and they find foods on their own.
So hello everyone, I am Sean Anthony Caballas and I am going to report a pastoral society. So what is pastoral society? Pastoral society is a type of society where people depends mainly on domesticated animals such as cows, goats, sheep, camels, or horses for the food, clothing, and transportation. Instead of planting crops like in farming societies, they survive through herding and raising animals. So, natay characteristics of pastoral society, which is first is domestication of animals. Animals are their main source of food and wealth. Second is nomadic lifestyle. They move from one place to another to find grass and water. This is called nomadic lifestyle. So, third is simple technology. They use basic tools and traditional methods for caring for animals. Fourth is small population. They live in small groups, tribes, because they travel often. Fifth is social structure. Their society is organized by families or clans. Leaders are usually elders or chiefs. Six is trade and system. They trade animals products like milk, meat, hides with farmers for crops for tools and tools. 7 is belief and culture. Animals often have spiritual or cultural importance to them. So, importance of pastoral societies provide us steady and reliable food supplied through animal products, contributed to transportation and trade using animals. It helped the spread of culture and ideas across regions due to mobility, played a major role in early human development before the rise of agricultural and industrial societies. And that's all. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Ramjay Vigutesho and I'm here today to report all about the Horticultural Society. So, what is Horticultural Society? Horticultural Society is one of the early types of human society where people started to planting crops and cultivating gardens for food. Instead of hunting or gathering, they learned how to grow their own food using simple tools. So, imagine a community where people grow their own fruits, vegetables, and flowers. And this way of shapes of their culture and value. So, one of the examples of horticultural society is agricultural community. Many rural villages rely on gardening and farming for good and livelihood. So, agricultural communities are village or town where people grow crops, raise animals, and work on farm to produce food or other product. They depend on agriculture for their income and way of life. So, next is sustainable living community. Some modern communities focus on sustainable gardening and farming practices. It's a community where people work together to live in a way of good for the using resources wisely, gardening, producing waste, and taking care of the community. So next is indigenous community. So some indigenous farming have traditional farming practices that are centered to their culture. So indigenous community are the native people who have lived in a place for thousands of years with their own unique way of life. Like they have costumes and connections to the land. So wait. So so the importance of horticultural society is toward the development of agriculture and more complex civilization. And so wait. So the conclusion of that is the horticultural society played a big role in human history because it was the time when people learned how to grow food and live together in stable communities. And that's all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning and afternoon. I am Cyrus Benedicti Mascareñas and I will be discussing to you today agricultural society or also called agrarian society. So it is a type of community of farmers who's based on economy, producing and maintaining crops like vegetable plants and raising a livestock for people to use. So agricultural, it's a field. Think a field of a large area, and so also it is used for growing and preparing for the dirt or soil to till the soil. So why is it important to soil, or why do we soil? It is important because where there is dirt, it's like dirtiness all over the dirt. So you have to remove that. So when you remove that, it is dirt like safe, like where there is no bacteria. So it is essential to plant in that dirt. So yes, and don't forget the use of tools for humans to be efficient and reduce the time of yes. And so I'll give you an example to you of yes, for long ago when humans learned how to plant rice, corn, cabbage, or any kinds of plants or wheat, and raise animals like cows and chickens. They began living in villages. That's when such agricultural societies begin. So yes, so that's how it started. People depend on the land. People depend on the land to live. Of course, who would wanna live in the desert where there is no dirt to plant? That's it for all today, and thank you.
So, good day everyone. I am Ashley Nicole Bazergo, and my topic for today or my assigned topic for today, which is the feudal society. So, what is the feudal society? Feudal society is a military-based society dominated by a system of reciprocated relationships between a lord and his vassal. This relationship centered on personal, faulty service and protection. In simple words, feudal society is defined as a social system characterized by dependence, ownership, and production. So, feudal society has three main groups, which is the king, the nobles, and the peasant class. So, feudal society, which contributed to societal progress and the emergence of the bourgeoisie, ultimately leading to the development of capitalism and universal equality under the law. And that's all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Francesca Louise Di Parami, and I'm gonna be the one explaining what industrial society is all about. So, industrial society happened way back in 18th century, where the machines were the one doing all the work. They were the one making the products, foods. So, labor was already lessened, and the traditional practices weren't used that much anymore. So, the good thing in this society is it doesn't consume that much time anymore and energy for the people. Thank you.
Post-industrial society is a type of society that comes after the industrial society. In post-industrial society, the main source of job is not factories and manufacturing anymore. Instead, the main source of job is service and information. This society focuses in services and importance of education and skills. In post-industrial society, people work more in education, healthcare, communication, technology, banking, and research instead of factories. We can consider Japan and United States are post-industrial society because their workers are mostly in offices, schools, hospitals, tech, companies, and not in the factories.
And lastly, we have virtual society. Virtual society is already our time. From the word itself, virtual means that we communicate to the people through our gadgets and message them through online. So virtual society was really helpful, especially in our COVID time, because this helped out our workers to work through online. It made their lives safe, and it also gave them the chance to spend more time with their family. Virtual society is really helpful, and because there are also some parts where we have our own family outside the country or basically just far from us. So, in short, it makes our lives easier and helpful. Thank you.